I'm stoked to share with you about one of my favorite all-time Christian metal bands, Saint, pioneers of Christian metal.
Rocking you up for Jesus Christ with classic-style hard rock music and practical Bible teaching.
The band formed in Salem, Oregon in the early 1980s. Their music is an awesome blend of heavy metal and Christian themes that many Saint fans have likened to the sound of metal megastars Judas Priest.
Well, he's got a lot of Rob Halford in his voice.
Saint were among the very first Christian metal bands to demonstrate that you could be heavy and excellent and Christ-centered and garner national appeal. Are you enjoying the video, man? I hope so. Listen, if you are, hit that like button, okay? Because when you do that, it helps this video to thrive in the algorithm here on YouTube and be seen by more people. And if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any videos coming up. To fully appreciate all that Saint accomplished, we've got to go back and remind ourselves of the dynamics of the early 1980s. Secular heavy metal was growing in popularity like crazy, but at the same time, it was riddled with controversies and it had more than its fair share of critics. Saint, as a Christian band, was already seen by many metalheads, you know the attitude, man, if you grew up in that day, as second rate. So they had to work even harder to create music that had a production level that could compete with mainstream and to present Christ in a way that didn't come off as cheesy or gimmicky or preachy, and Saint nailed it in every one of those departments. Doug Van Pelt of Heaven's Metal magazine said, Saint is one of the pioneering bands of Christian metal, and their music has had a significant impact on the genre. John J. Thompson, the author of Raised by Wolves, the story of Christian rock and roll, said Saint was a game changer for Christian metal, paving the way for other bands to follow in their footsteps. I was so blessed to connect with Saint bassist Richard Lynch in late 2005, right after I released my Shred CD. I sent it to him and he wrote back. It was like kind of out of the blue. And he's like, dude, this is awesome. You know, he wrote some really nice things. So I emailed him back and we started exchanging some emails and then we started talking on the phone. And the next thing I know, Richard Lynch reached out to Dee Harrington and he and Dee played on my 2006 album, Reshredded. Played a lot of really super cool tracks.
It's go time.
All right, it is such an honor to have both you and Dee on this project, along with the other guys who are playing on it. And I just want to start by saying thank you, Richard, for being part of this Reshredded project.
Hey, Pastor Brad, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be able to come and play. Dee and I had such a great time doing that. It was in the middle of doing the Mark that we started working on this project, and it was kind of like a sweet, sour thing because I was so busy doing that, but yet I wanted to have this great, guitar jam thing that you're doing happen as well. I had a blast.
You stop it, man! You're freaking me out!
Let's talk about Reshredded. Obviously, I love it. I'm proud of it. But I want to hear from you, in your opinion, who's going to love this disc? Who's going to get into this?
Well, I think that the whole 80s guitar jam out thing, everybody's going to like this. Anybody who likes talent, anybody who likes, riffing guitars and 80s style heavy metal is going to dig this. It's a great project. You got some really excellent talent on there, and I just don't see how anybody is going to dislike this project. I think it's awesome.
Overall, Saint's influence on Christian metal, to say the least, has been significant. Saint took their love for heavy metal music and combined it with their love for Jesus Christ, and they created something awesome. A vehicle through which they could boldly and loudly and proudly proclaim to the world, you can bang your head for heaven. You can rock for the rock. Jesus is awesome, and I, for one, am so glad that they did.